No one really tells you this, and even I had to find out the hard way. But your vision boards can lie to you. I know it sounds absolutely crazy. And this is not because they're bad or anything, it's just because sometimes they reflect more of a fantasy as opposed to an alignment with your purpose in life at the time. So today I'm creating my 2026 vision board, and I want to walk you through how my thought process has changed and how to create a vision board that is more aligned with you and your purpose in life at this time. So I used to create vision boards that looked absolutely stunning. I'm talking Pinterest board ready. Everything looks so in place. In fact, you see it and you're like, yes, I want to save this. I want to download this. I want to share it. In fact, I want this to be my own vision board. They just always look very aesthetically pleasing and absolutely beautiful. But if I'm being honest, a lot of what was on these boards wasn't really aligned with the season of life I was in at the time. So for example, in 2022, I had a brand new white Range Rover on my vision board. Now, where was I going to get the money and how was I going to do that? It was a nice vision board. A Range Rover is beautiful, it's nice. Probably will get it at some point in my life. But as at 2022, that was not the time or the season for that. And that was an aesthetically pleasing goal to have on there, but it wasn't aligned with my purpose at the time and the vision that I should have been having for my life. So you see what I mean when I say like sometimes your vision board can lie to you. It can be pretty and it can be nice and everything, but then it's just not aligned. So here are a few shifts I have made to make sure that my 2026 vision board is much more aligned and on point. So I'm going to call them my wisdom shifts just because I feel like they came from a place of wisdom. So my wisdom shift number one is from aesthetics to alignment. Like I told you earlier, before, whenever I'm putting my vision board together, I would choose pictures that look aesthetically pleasing, pictures that are a representation of where my life would be at some point in time, someday, what I would like to have in my life right now. But I just know that, like, is it being honest? It just was not going to happen that year. But then I'll still put it on there, like I'm having faith, I can do it. But then realistically, these are just a bunch of aesthetically pleasing pictures and it's a beautiful Pinterest board, but it's just not going to get me closer to where I should be at this season in my life. The shift I'm making with my vision board this year is that a lot of the things on my board are no longer things I want to get someday, but they're things that are achievable within now and the next 6 months, next 1 year. Some of them require a high level of crazy faith, but there's still things that are aligned with where God is calling me to right now and just where the direction that life is taking me in. The key word here is alignment. My next wisdom shift is from outcome to capacity. I used to visualize the life that I want, of course. It will be on my vision board, but there's this thing where you can fixate on the outcome without really thinking like, what would it take for me to get these things? Do I have the capacity to achieve these things? For example, the Range Rover, the truth is I did not have the capacity at the time to achieve buying a Range Rover. If I put a Range Rover on my vision board right now, it's out of alignment actually. So right now my vision board is not just pictures of what I want, but also images, quotes, and things that help me to visualize who I need to be to sustain the life that I'm praying for. Because the truth is, if I don't have the capacity, then the vision will eventually overwhelm me, which is something that I don't want. You know what I mean? Wisdom shift number 3 is from urgency to alignment with God. You're probably like, what do you mean by that? Urgency, alignment to God. Let me explain. With my previous vision boards, I used to rush God. It's like, okay, God, this is what I want. So every time it's like, okay, thank you, Jesus, for waking me up today and everything. But like, okay, so when are we going to get this done? How am I going to have this happen? God, time is going. Like, the year is coming to an end and this particular thing hasn't come yet. And I'm just sitting here rushing God. And we all know that God cannot be rushed. I just wanted things to happen on my timeline, when I wanted it to happen, how I wanted it to happen. But I've learned that alignment matters way more than speed. So this time around, I'm not rushing God. I'm aligning myself with His will for my life in this season. And also just, seeing what He has given me to steward and stewarding those things until He tells me move to the next thing. So as I put this 2026 vision board together, I'm being very intentional. Every single image and every word has a reason why it's here. And not every single thing I want is represented here, of course, but like just things that I'm being led to focus on in this season of my life, which is year 2026. So this is my 2026 vision board, and I think it is the best one I have ever made. This vision board isn't about everything I want someday. It's way more aligned with like what needs to be done right now. It also points to who I am becoming in this season of my life, which I absolutely love. For me, it reflects alignment, capacity, and trust in God's timing. And that feels way more honest for me in this season than having like a whole aesthetically put together pink themed vision board. You know what I mean? So if your vision board kind of feels a little overwhelming, when you look at it, you're like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. you might need to edit it a bit, and sometimes that involves taking off some things and maybe putting on more important things. I just want you to also know that what you take out is just as important as what you put on that vision board. So yeah, we've come to the end of this video. I hope this video helped. If it did, please subscribe and make sure you share with a friend, because we're all in this season of putting our vision boards together, and it's only right that we do it right. Yeah, thank you so very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like I said, and give this video a thumbs up. I love you so much. See you in my next video. 3, 2, 1, action.